It's been a few weeks since the Nets handed us an embarrassing L, and we still aren't that good. We sit on 11-7 on the season, and we don't have many, if any, great wins. We lost both of our games against the Celtics in convincing fashion. We lost to the Grizzlies and depleted Lakers, but we beat Golden State twice, so that's cool, I guess. Our record leaves us at 8th seed and a couple games behind the 6th and 7th seeds. At the top there, you can see Trey and PG only losing 2 games so far, and I completely forgot who was on the Hornets, but they're doing pretty good for themselves. One thing you'll notice as far as records go is that we're 3-4 at home, which is bad. But please tell me why we're shooting 42% from 3 as a team, and yet we suck. Whatever, man. We have a game against Boston coming up, man. We have to at least get one game in the season series, right? They've beaten us pretty convincingly the last 2 times, and Tatum has been lighting the league up. Early on, though, Kemba gets switched on to Ben, and boy, do we abuse that. It's free buckets. He's like a whole foot taller. We get a 4-point lead that quickly disappears, but then there's one thing I see us do when we start getting scored on. It's almost like panic basketball. We start making dangerous passes, dribbling into traffic, and do all sorts of things that we don't need to be doing. If we just slow down and get our offense going, we get out of that phase and get good shots for the most part, hopefully. But the most important thing in keeping our offense flowing is actually our defense, believe it or not. If we play good defense, it makes it much easier on our offense. I know it sounds really simple, doesn't it? But against a team like Boston, playing good defense for a whole game is really tough. But this quarter we managed to do it. We're up 6 halfway through the first. I think a big reason for this was Bagley's help defense. Every time a perimeter guy would get beat, Bagley would help off of his guy and get a block or alter a shot a lot of the time. There were a couple times where it led to an offensive rebound or a score by the big, but it did so much good that I don't think it really mattered. He also had like 6 blocks at the end of the game, I'm pretty sure. But in classic Sixer fashion, we blow the lead and only a couple minutes later we're up by 1. But Ben was trying his hardest to keep us in it, and towards the end of the first, we did manage to add to the lead a little bit. But you could tell that our defense was really starting to feel the offense that Boston was giving us, but we escaped with a 29-27 lead after the first quarter. The second quarter was more the same, except we never really quite got a lead like we did in the first. One thing that we did manage to take advantage of was Carson Edwards and Tremont Waters' minutes. Both of those guys are very little, and we probably got like 8 free throws off of driving on them with bigger guys. However, not that long after, we started struggling to get open shots and resorted to terrible shots, which was really all that we could get, and you know, there's a shot clock. Boston's defense turned up on us, and we just couldn't contain their offense. One thing that also proved problematic was the fact that our bench was in when their starters came in. I think this was like 2 minutes into the second quarter, and you know our guys aren't slated to come in until like halfway through the second. So for a few minutes, our bench was playing Boston's starters, which obviously is going to cause problems. But shout out Mike Conley, man. He played a lot of minutes in the first quarter and throughout the game, I think. Or at least it seemed like it. He did his best chasing Kemba and other smaller guys around the perimeter, all while keeping involved running the offense. He had like 8 or 9 assists at the end of the game, I'm pretty sure. But again, I fully believe that Ben Simmons was the only reason we stayed ahead in the second, because everyone else was getting locked up and we just couldn't get any open shots. I'm thinking our playbook needs adjustments maybe, but there's just so much action in the plays that I'm so surprised that we can't at least get one person open. I mean, come on. Maybe it's our personnel, who knows. But after throwing an accidental lob to Josh Richardson, we end the half with a 58-49 lead. I just hope that we can keep it. Spoiler alert, we can't. Here's where I get to rant about Kelly Olynyk, because man is he awful on defense. I can't even believe I thought playing him at power forward. This guy moves like a sloth. Jaylen Brown waltzes around him to take the lead 63-62, and here begins the decline. The world is ending. It's time to trade everyone. Fire the coach, fire the GM. Wait, no, not that one. That one's me. Fire everyone else though. Okay, fine. I'll wait until the end of the game before I make rash decisions, but everybody's getting fired. I'm sure we'll get the lead back eventually, probably, hopefully, for Udoka's sake. Another spoiler alert, we do, and then we don't. I'm just going to skip all the footage and show where we're down 7 million points instead. I'll spare you from witnessing this. We are down 88-77 at the third quarter. What's new? I won't lie to you, when the fourth quarter started, I almost knew we were going to lose, but I figured it was only an 11-point lead, and I might as well... Oh, never mind. Offensive rebound score by Boston, and then Ben Simmons just missed a layup. It's over. Ben Simmons is missing layups. We did keep it within like 11 for the first half of the fourth quarter. And then the 6-minute mark hit, and Boston was like, all right, I'm ready to go home, guys. So yeah, we score like 3 points in the fourth and lose by 18 points to the Celtics, who are now up 3-0 in the season series. We're terrible. Taking a look at the box score will definitely show you at least one reason why, and it's Ben Simmons had 33 points, and then the next highest scorer having 12. Josh Richardson had a decent game, but Marvin Bagley was missing shot after shot at the rim on their weak big man rotation. He went 5 for 14, but he did have 6 blocks, like I said earlier. Then nobody else on the entire team scored in double digits. I'm getting to the point where I seriously think we need to get off Tobias. He's awful in every single way, and I hate playing with him. So it might be just time to unload a first-round pick come the trade deadline. Then you've got the Celtics box score, where Jaylen Brown had 32 points and only missed 2 shots. This was just overall a pathetic game from our 76ers, and we got to make some changes if we're going to be successful. I think it's safe to say we're offensively challenged, and Tobias Harris, 17 points a game, is not the answer. Come the trade deadline, he might be gone, and we might need to find a bucket getter so Ben isn't the only guy touching double digits every night. Whether that's through a trade or it's through free agency, I don't know. But look at this team comparison. We took 10 threes and missed every single one. We missed every single three we took. I know 10 is not a lot, but we missed every single one. And if we didn't make 23 free throws, we score 72 points in this game. We need to make some serious changes here in Philly.